Hi, this is Ivy from Homeschool on the Range. Today I am going to walk you through the new Schoolhouse Teachers School Boxes, which will help you to have every subject that you need for every student in your class, all the way from preschool to 12th grade. We're going to talk about how you can take these school boxes that are pre-made and tailor them to your students' needs. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to the Schoolhouse Teachers page. And if you're not a member yet, I highly recommend this. It's one flat fee. It covers your entire family for the entire year, so all of your subjects. And they have, right now, it's 2 years for $179. You get a free tote, and the print magazine comes to you every quarter. So that's about, what, $89 a year for all of your kids, for all of their curriculum. You cannot beat that. If you've not looked at Schoolhouse Teachers before, they come with a lot of different resources, like the ebook library. They have monthly menus. They've got the magazine. They have expos. They've got library for parents. Different planning with planners, lesson plans, scope and sequence, record keeping, printable calendars, course checklist. Just about everything you could need is going to be found on here. All of these different subjects, all of your grades. They have access to the World Book. They have all of, or a lot of different streaming videos. You can access all the courses here. If you were to start here, it would give you the course list, how to use it if you're maybe in Canada or in an international country. And they've addressed school closures. But what we're going to be talking about today is the school boxes. They have a different school box for every grade. Since Homeschool on the Range is directed at middle and high school, I have selected 9th grade for us to look at more in depth. So we came over to the 9th grade Schoolhouse curriculum box. Now these boxes are created based on the traditional classroom courses for each grade, which means that it may not be a perfect fit for your student. I wouldn't have thought that I needed to do this, but based on reading social media comments over the last couple of months to years, I'm going to go through every question that's frequently asked question on this page. Does the box cost extra? No. All of these boxes come with your membership to Schoolhouse Teachers. Is this a physical box of materials shipped to my home? No, it is not. These are online materials. Some of the classes are video-based and streaming. Some of the classes are online and interactive. Some of the classes are text-based, which means that they can read the information and complete it online or through Google Classroom. I have another post about how to use Schoolhouse Teachers with Google Classroom. I'll be happy to leave the link for that. Or you have the option to print out those materials and create your own textbook at home. It's very versatile. It's very flexible to your family's needs. What's in the 9th grade Schoolhouse box? It comes with a curriculum guide with a scope and sequence, weekly checklist, daily checklist, direct links to the courses and all the resources that you'll need, suggested materials all listed in one place, things like art supplies, notebook paper, anything that you might need extra outside of the realm of your basic school day, and links to additional Schoolhouse Teachers resources for those days that you want to go down bunny holes. If you're new to homeschooling, you may not understand the word bunny holes or rabbit trails, and that's when you find a topic that your kid's really interested in and you explore it further in depth. I am sure that if you have children at all, you have done this. For us, there was a year where we watched nothing but Thomas the Tank Engine. That would be a rabbit trail. What will my child learn when we follow the curriculum guides? They use the scope and sequence. If you've ever seen those books, What Your Child Needs to Know in 5th grade or whatnot, that's a scope and sequence. That tells you what traditionally they should be learning. And kids will track above and below. Some kids might be above in one thing and below in another thing, you know, in the same year. It's just where their aptitude is. This is just your average across the board student. They're going to be learning their math, literature, composition, spelling, science, history. We're going to go into this a little bit further down. Can I see a sample of a curriculum guide? You can see the one they have here. I will show you one here in a second for a different class. Do I have to use the subject and curriculum guide for every subject? No, you do not. You may choose the subjects that fit your student. How can I get a 9th grade homeschool curriculum box? Simple. If you have a membership to Schoolhouse Teachers, you have access to it. So let's scroll down to see what's included. It includes 8 classes. So a traditional high schooler is probably going to take anywhere from 6 to 8 classes, depending on how long those classes are and what the school day looks like. I want to say 6 is probably standard. And your spelling is usually included in your literature, and you're only going to choose one of these history classes, so that's about right. For math, they are taking geometry. For literature, they are taking exploring literature. This is the name of the course right here, and then there's a curriculum guide that you can download to go with that class. For writing, they're doing writing on this day in history. That's part of your literature. I would have included spelling, literature, and writing all as English Language Arts 1. So you might even choose another elective to go along with this. For science, they are taking earth science and geology. Now they are taking both of these classes. These classes have been combined together to create the 9th grade science curriculum guide. You will choose whether you're going to do traditional history or classical history. Classical means that you study the same 4 eras over and over again. So you do ancient history 1 year, and then, oh my goodness, like medieval history, early modern history, and modern history. And then, so that would be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. In 5th grade, you start over with ancient history, and then you go through all 4 levels again, a little bit deeper. So in 9th grade, they are doing Understanding Ancient History. This is their 3rd track through ancient history if they're on a classical track. And they're going to go a lot deeper. Traditional history, they are taking the Age of Revolution. Then for art, they're taking Studio Art for Teens, Achieving Art, The Timeless Treasure, and Digital Art and Product Designs for Small Business. Again, all of these 4 classes have been combined into art. Now, you might want to go up here and pick another elective to round out 6 classes for the year. Okay, so let's look at a curriculum guide. 9th grade history from the classical track is Understanding Ancient History. And we've actually done this class, my family has. It's a lot of fun. It's 36 weeks long, 5 days a week, so that's a full school year. And here, whoops, each of these weeks, lesson 1 is a whole week. Lesson 4 is a whole week. As you go through, this is your weekly checklist. You're going to check off each week, with lesson 36 being the final exam. So let's look at week 1. On day 1, you're going to download unit 1 with the introduction. Read page 1 in the top portion, review the sites, and make sure that you can access World Book at Schoolhouse Teachers. There are directions for how to do that. You get a password and the whole 9 yards. If you have trouble, just contact customer service. Day 2, read, stop at the questions, review, take notes. Day 3, answer questions, use evidence from the text to support your answer. Day 4, find a map on the internet, complete the various activities. Day 5, finish the activities, summarize your findings. That's all of week 1 for the introduction. Then week 2, you go into Egypt and the Nile. There is a page for all of the 36 weeks. It is very easy. I like to print these out, and my students, by the time they're in 9th grade, for the most part, can read this and check it off if they've done it. The notes section, you can make notes. You can give them grades if you want. Some people grade, some people do not. I think a lot of that depends on what state you're living in and what kind of records you have to keep. It's a good idea, though, to have some sort of grading system and some way to evaluate your child and how they're doing. For the final exam, week 36, review notes, download, print, and complete a final exam. So this one actually does have a final exam that you'll download and print. I don't remember doing that, but we didn't do this in high school either. All right, so let's go back over here to the school box and say I'm looking at math and my student is not ready for geometry yet. He's just not there. So I can draw it back to the 8th grade year. This is the 8th grade school box. And 8th grade math is Algebra 1. Okay, he's ready for Algebra 1. So it's not uncommon for students to take Algebra 1 in 9th grade. So you would just pull your math from 8th grade, pull the rest from 9th grade. Let's say he's already done, what's the 8th grade science? Or 9th grade science was Earth Science and Geology. My student did that in 8th grade, so I want him to take something different this year. So I'm going to go over to the 10th grade box and General Biology. Again, it is not uncommon for 9th graders to take biology. So I'm just going to move up a box. as long as you're within, one grade on either side of your student's grade, you're going to be well within the norms for what's being taught in public schools and what's expected of a student that age. Now, I have a student that's really into history, so I'm going to skip ahead to the 12th grade box and see what they're offering, and that's government and economics. That's an option. If you have a student who's very advanced, you might have a 9th grader taking pre-calculus. It's not unheard of. So tailor these, use these as a jumping off point for where your student should be approximately, and then tailor up or down. It's not hard and fast. You don't have to do exactly what they say. You don't have to do every course that's on here. I would recommend using 6 courses minimum for each year of your student in high school. If you have any other questions about high school, we answer a lot of those in our book, Through the Door, which you can find at our Cottage Shop. I'll be happy to leave the link for that as well. And feel free to contact us with any other questions. I think that these schoolhouse boxes are an excellent asset and a new addition to their program. Definitely for the busy parent, for someone who's trying to get started, especially with everything that's gone on in the last year. I wish you the best of luck. If you have any other questions, like I said, contact us. Thanks.